Canada United to Boston NC. Do you copy, Mark?
Yeah, I got Canada United too. I missed the rest of it. Copy you very well. Give you a report on the next over. But yeah, the name is Mark, as you know, and I'm 20 kilometres southeast from the city of London in the county of Kent. So over to you, sir, and let's find out who you are, where you are at the Canada Uniform 2 station. Go ahead.
Good morning, Mike. Big pleasure to listen to your voice one more time on the bands, okay? Good morning to you, by the way. Name of the site is Vincent. Location north of St. Michael Island in the Azores Islands. Call sign is Charlie, Uniform 2, Bravo, November. And you 5 by 9 on the clear. I've got a bit of QS fake on my side. Mexico 0, Japan, Canada Fox, Canada United, number 2, Bravo, November. Go ahead, Mark.
Hello, Vincent. Nice to meet you again, and nice to hear the Azores on this morning. All I'm hearing at the moment on 10 meters is Russians, Belarus, and Ukrainians, some Greek stations, and a big radar further up. But you're 5 and 8 to me today, Vincent. 5 and 8. And today I'm using the IC-7300 by ICOM. I'm using just a 5/8 wave vertical antenna, and I'm also using just 100 watts. I see from my log this is our 4th contact, and we've worked a few bands now. We've worked 10 meters, 15 meters and 12 meters in the past, and I've got you logged in 2023 as Portugal. Maybe you were operating out of Portugal in 2023, but that was on 10 meters. So I've got you officially out of the Azores on 10 meters today, which is good. The radio I'm using today is the one that I was using back in March when I spoke to you, but I've used some old radios. One of them was the 757 Golf X-Ray. That was on 15 meters, and then the first contact we had was on an old Kenwood TS520S, an old analog radio. That was a long over. Hope you're still there, Vincent. As I say, peaking 5 and 8 to me. Charlie Uniform 2 Bravo November in the Azores. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, southeast of England.
Beautiful, Mike. Thanks again for all the information about your side. Yes, you're right about the QSOs we've got before. This is the 4th one together. I'm very happy with that. Yes, at that time I was in Portugal. Right now I'm in the Azores. Okay, that's a new one from the Azores, from my island, San Miguel Island in the Azores. Yes, at that time I'm working with different radio. At that time I'm working with Fox Tango 897, that's a one from you. Yeah, so right now I'm working with the Fox Tango DX 101 Mike Papa. I've got 200 watts at this time. 200 watts the power from this radio. And antenna is a 12 X-beam antenna, about I should say 8 meters from the ground. Basically that's the story on this side. Everything else is okay. Even the weather is okay today. A little bit windy, but that's nothing, okay? Mexico 0, Japan, Canada Fox, Canada Uniform 2, Bravo, November, okay, Mark?
Yeah, superb, Vincent. Well, this is great news, and to work you for the first time 10 meters from the Azores. The weather here, well, it's a beautiful day here, but only for the sky. We've got blue skies, absolutely no clouds, blue skies. But this morning when I walked our dog, we took our dog for a walk at about 9 a.m, maybe a bit earlier. It was -3 degrees Celsius, so it was below 0. It was very cold, very frosty. I don't know if you see that in the Azores, those sort of temperatures. I'd imagine that it stays quite warm, even though it rains. It stays quite warm throughout the year. But yeah, it was a very chilly day. So it's a beautiful day. There's no wind, there's no rain, which is good. But absolutely freezing cold, but the sky looked great. It was blue. It was a good sunshine sky, but no warmth there. Apart from that, not a lot else to report. I was going to ask you, Vincent, are you set up to use 17 meters? We could try 17 meters. Now, the only antennas I have for 17 are my 10-meter band vertical, which could be forced to work there, and I also have a random wire antenna, which is 27 meters long. If you'd like to try 17 meters, we could try it. If not, it's not a problem. We can do it another day. I just looking at the opportunity to work a new band. Back to you. CU10m M0JCF.
Yes, Mark, that's not a problem. I've got the antenna for 17. The X-beam I've got here. It takes way between 6 meters to 20. That's no problem. If you go 70 meters, let me know the frequency, and this we go there without any problem, Mark. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, well your signal's dropped down now to 5 and 3, so maybe the propagation is up and down, but I suggest if we pick an odd frequency like 18 decimal 133, if it's occupied we can go up to 138. So if you'd like to try that, if I don't hear you I will come back to this frequency. Likewise, if you don't hear me, come back to this frequency and I will change between the two antennas, and we can try that. So are you okay with 18 decimal 133, and if occupied QSY to 18 decimal 138 QSL?
QSL, that's not a problem, Mark. I just put it right now. 18.123 QSY. I see you to be in now QSY to 18.133 megahertz.
Okay, M0JCF will now QSY temporarily 18133. This frequency in the meantime is clear for use. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use, please? Charlie Uniform 2, Bravo November. This is Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. Okay, Charlie Uniform 2, Bravo November. Vincent, you are just a 2 and 1. You are just a 2 and 1. Almost impossible to hear you. I will swap antennas and listen one more time. Otherwise, I will QSY back to 10 meters. So Charlie Uniform 2, Bravo November. Your report would be 2 and 1, bordering on a 1 and 1. Swapping antennas. Okay, Charlie Uniform 2, Bravo November. I'm using my 10-meter band vertical. I don't think it will be any better. You picked up to about a 3 and 1. I did hear you. I could hear your voice. So can you hear me using the 10-meter band vertical? Charlie Uniform 2, Bravo November, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot.
Yes, right now it's much better, Mark. Mark is much better. 4 and 4 at this time. 4 and 4 QSL.
Thank you for the 4 and 4. You are a 5 and 3 on my 10-meter band vertical, Vincent. Absolutely fantastic to work you on 17 meters. Yeah, a little bit difficult using my random long wire. You were there, I could hear you, but that's because I knew you were going to be there. But it was very, very difficult. Here, I say 5 and 3 is your peak. So I'm very pleased that this antenna's working 17 meters. I don't know if I've ever tried it before. Back to you.
Oh, that's great. No problem. 4 and 4 to you without any problem. The battery not in great shape, but I'm copy okay. Everything you say is copy very well, Mark. No problem. I just put here right now my log. 5 and 3 and 4 and 4. At this time with 11 meters antenna. Mexico 0 Japan, Canada Fox. Canada Uniform 2 Bravo November, okay?
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Well, you're almost peaking 5 and 5, and the modulation sounds very, very good indeed. Well, that ticks the box for us, I think, Vincent. I think I'm going to QSY back now to 10 meters if the frequency's not in use, and I'll catch up with you there, QSL.
Yes, no problem. Come back again to 10 meters, man. I'll see you to the end going QSY again to 10 meters.
Yeah, M0 JCF will now QSY back to 10 meters. This frequency is clear for use. Is this frequency in use? Nothing is heard. Charlie Uniform 2, Bravo November, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot.
Yes, I'm back again, Mark. Yes, what experience here with the vertical antenna at 11 meters works perfect. The band is still not open yet to me, but you can copy without any problem. Mexico 0, Japan, Canada Foxtrot, Canada Uniform 2, Bravo November. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Well, your signal's back up, and interestingly, so is the modulation volume as well. Yeah, I think it would have been very, very easy to have a QSO with you on the 17 meters. As I say, my antenna is nearly half the length it should be. It's a 5/8 wave on 10 meters, so it's nearly half the length that it should be. So I don't think, I mean, we could say quarter wave, I think, in length maybe, but yeah, it was so far out of tune. The impedance mismatch would have been quite fantastic. There would have been a lot of reactance there, but I'm pleased we did it. I'm pleased that we can tick that box now, and you may be actually my first ever Azores contact on 17 meters, not just, you know, for me and you, but for me and everyone on the Azores. Tell me, Vincent, I've worked a few of you on the Azores. Do you know, are there many hams on the islands? Back to you.
Yes, I know a few of them, not too many, but I know a few of them here in St. Michael Island. We've got a few, not too many activation on SSB. Most of them prefer the digital modes, okay? Especially the young people don't like to talk, they like to write, okay? Different story, different generation, what can I say, Mark? Go ahead.
Yeah, I do understand that, and you know, that's a big thing in this country as well. Digital has taken, I wouldn't say taken over completely, but it is definitely, with the age, the modern age, the way that a lot of people want to communicate. You know, the instant gratification, make the contacts, log the country. I have absolutely no problem with it. I just don't use it. I won't say I don't like it. I'll just say I don't use it. I prefer SSB. I also prefer AM and FM, but I would rather use AM than a digital mode. And AM can be very, very difficult sometimes. The noise can be high, but when you get that great contact, you know, across the Atlantic or over across to the Pacific on AM, then that's always special for me, because when I was a boy in the 1970s, you know, AM was the way that we operated. When I was building transmitters as a young boy in the early 70s, we would they would always be AM. You know, I didn't have the experience to build SSB transmitters, so you know, AM has that magical thing of my younger days, I think. Now digital, you know, before I retired from work, I was an IT engineer. I was a Unix administrator, and before that I was in digital television, analog television, and before that telecoms, both digital and analog. So you know, the digital world has always been around me. I just have not applied it to the amateur radio yet. But yeah, you're quite right. You know, if people want to sit on FT8, FT4, that's up to them. You know, it's what makes them happy. I mean, there are always people that will moan about it, but I just find, you know, I'm too old now to be complaining about other people's hobbies. I'm just happy to do mine, Vincent. CU10m IC-7300.
Yes, you're right, Mark. I agree with you 100%. Yes, I'm not young anymore. When I started amateur radio in 1982, I believe that's Arias. I work also AM so many times with the key transceiver. I've got it myself at that time. Started with that 11 meters band when I started amateur the radio, I should say. I started on 11 meters and I play a lot with AM. Below the transistor, I've got with myself the other one, the other box with just 2 watts, okay. And I did a lot of stuff with that, okay. I just remember the good times I've got with a piece of wire. I did almost everything, okay. Right now it's not the same anymore. Okay, you have to have the good radio and good antenna to do something different. Otherwise, it's not too good. But anyways, about digital modes, yes, like I told you, young people like that. Okay, and every day when I go to the bands, I look for my scope here on my radio scope here, and I see the digital modes bands are full of the stations, okay? Full of station, SSB, not too many like you says. So what can I say? I think the future is digital modes, I believe. I don't know. We see. I'm not only for a long time anymore, but I think the future go to that way. And here on the island, so many young people stay on digital modes, FT8, FT4, and that's about it. Mexico 0, Japan, Canada, Fox, Canada, Uniform 2, Bravo, November. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, CU2BNM0JCF. Yeah, I think it is exactly the same with me. You know, it's the same with all hobbies, I think. You know, some of us don't move with the times. Maybe I'm not moving with the times. I just like my hobby the way it always was and always will be. I still use radios from the World War II era. My club that runs a top band net one Monday of every month in the evening, and we all jump on that net and we all use old radios, receivers going back to World War II, transmitters going back to the 1950s and 60s, and you know, it's just so much fun, and we do it once a month, and sometimes that's enough. That's all you need. It's the same with motorcycles. I don't ride motorcycles anymore, but you know, I keep looking for those old motorcycles from, you know, when I was a youngster, old Yamahas from the 1970s, that sort of thing. And people say to me, yeah, but why would you want to spend all of that money on an old motorcycle that's 50 years old when you know, you can just go out and buy a motorcycle that does everything for you and is comfortable and is fast and handles well and all that. And I say, no, you're missing the point. You know, it's what I used to have, it's what I used to do, and it's that nostalgia thing. But you know, it's horses for courses. That's what we say in this country. Horses for courses. What pleases you is what you should be doing, and so long as it doesn't harm anyone else, that's fine. But I'd imagine that 2 meters or 70 centimeters in the Azores is very, very quiet. It's quiet here in England. You know, 2 meters 70 centimeters, very quiet, except for the evenings and sometimes the weekends. The evenings it tends to be networks, but I imagine that VHF UHF is very quiet for you down there. Back to you.
Yes, Mark, you're right. You're absolutely right. The VHF and UHF is very quiet. No, nothing almost. Even on weekends, maybe one guy or another one. That's about it. We couldn't listen nothing on that band. Okay, just 10 meters and all the other bands. But like I told you, most of them is on digital mode. That's about it. Most of the time it's on 40 meters on nighttime, I should say. You've got a lot of people around Portugal on 40 meters at nighttime, especially on weekends. But that's about it. Other than that, not too many activation over here. Anyways, Mark, I'll let you go. I have to do some coffee time here because it's almost 10 o'clock over here. I have to do the second coffee time to wake up a bit more. I'm still sleeping a bit. All right. Yesterday I just go to bed late. So and today I have to take the second time, the coffee time to give me up again. All right. Mark, thanks again for the beautiful KSL. We have to have more on the future on another bench if it's possible. 20 meters for sure. I have everything set up also for the 20. And we have to have more on the future without any problem. Mexico 0, Japan, Canada, Fox, Canada, Uniform 2, Bravo, November, okay?
Yeah, CU10m IC-7300, absolutely fantastic. And thank you for the wonderful opportunity to use 17 metres to the Azores. As I say, I think you may be the one and only contact on 17 in that direction. But there you go, we've done it. As I say, we've ticked that box, and we've had a good QSO. It's very interesting as well. Lovely to hear the amateur radio hobby and how it is, especially with the younger people in the Azores. You know, it's better than just saying this is the antenna I've got, this is the power I've got, this is the radio I've got, this is the weather, thank you, goodbye. You know, it's always great when you find out a bit more about your local area. Well, take care, enjoy that coffee. I've just finished one actually, so I'll probably put out another CQ and see what comes back to me, and then I'll probably go and do something else. Seeing as it's a very nice day, very cold but very nice, I might find something to do in my back garden. But take care, good luck, and if it's appropriate for you, have a happy Christmas, Vincent. I don't know about the customs of the Azores, and you know, whether you personally celebrate Christmas, but if you do, I hope you have a great holiday season, and if I don't speak to you beforehand, I hope to work you in 2026. As you say, 20 metres or even 40 metres. I think 40 metres should be okay with my long wire antenna. 20 metres, same as 17, it should be okay. I'll just swap between the two. Okay, good luck, and goodbye 73 to everyone around you. Take care. Charlie Uniform 2, Bravo November, Azores. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, southeast of England. Cheers, mate.
Always a big pleasure, Mark. 73, take care. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.
QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot.
Morning, Mark.
Who's that?
Trevor.
Hello, Trevor. M1TAD M0JCF. Oh, nice to hear you. I haven't spoke to you for a while. I haven't seen you for a long while. I haven't been down the club the last 2 or 3 meetings, and I won't be going down to the club tonight. One thing and another. I've got things to do. So, how you been, mate? Back to you.
M0JCF, M1TAD returning. Yeah, well understood, mate. Yeah, just soldiering on there. Obviously, I don't know if you know, we lost Dave G6 NRH. Obviously, he passed away. And I heard yesterday that Chris Waite, M0KPU, had a turn at the Bromley Club, and they blue lighted him to King's College Hospital. So I've yet to hear how he's doing, but. That time of year again, isn't it? Where obviously all the illnesses and bits and pieces come out when it should be celebrations and enjoying going into the next new year. We get all these problems back to you.
Yeah, I did know about Dave, very sad, and of course they've only just put poor old Chris in the ground as well, haven't they? But yeah, you're quite right. And do you know what, Chris, he bought a radio off me. You know, the last sale, he bought the radio off me. yeah, it was. I'm trying to think of it. It was the it's the FT102. It was the HF radio that needed work. And yeah, he bought that off me, and then he immediately asked me, what would it take, Mark, for you to get this like up and running perfectly? And it was, Chris, I've sold it because I don't want to work on it anymore. I'd done a lot of work on it, and you know, one of them things, I just got fed up. So he bought it. I actually gave him some money back. I said, look, Chris, when it was sold, you know, the paperwork said, you know, it's got problems. It wasn't announced in the sale on the night, you know, what you're buying is a slight duffer. So I did the nice thing. I gave him some money back so that I actually broke even. I then bought a microphone off him that he bought to use on that radio because the microphone was a bit modern, and I said, you know, I have got more microphones at home, but it doesn't sound like he's in a position to take on any more work or any more radio work for himself, that is. So yeah, oh, that's really sad news. But no, I've got my own things going on. You know, I won't elaborate here. There's no need to. But yeah, I just, you know, jumping on the radio every now and again, having a bit of a CQ, see what comes back. I don't know how much of that last one you was listening to. That was Vincent in the Azores. I've worked him on 10 metres, 15 metres and 12 metres. And we decided we hadn't worked 17. So we went to 17 briefly. Then we came back to 10. So I don't know how much of that you heard. They're M1TAD M0JCF.
M0JCF, M1TAD returning. Yeah, I have been listening for about the last half hour, Mark, so I did get part of that. And obviously, I struggle here because obviously I'm on the Matsui magnetic loop. So trying to pinpoint, I did try yesterday for an hour to try and get through. The pile-up was, for the Azores was like mega, and obviously I'm only running barefoot, and I've got the Matsui magnetic loop, but it's knowing exactly what the degrees are to actually pick up the Azores. But he was 5 and 4, 5 and 5 with me here. On your 10 metre vertical, when you went to 17, he dropped down to a 4 and about a 3 at the most, but readable, Mark, but readable. So it was enjoyed. There's only a pity I couldn't jump in there and get him in the log, but that's neither here nor there. M0JCF, M1TAD.
Yeah, M1TAD M0JCF. Well, you know, Trevor, you know, whenever you hear me and there's a country you want to work, always jump in, mate. Don't have the assumption that A, I'm gonna say no, I'm not interested, or B, I won't hear you. I'm sure I'll hear you, but you should have jumped in. And the Azores getting a pile up, and that's a bit of a weird one to me, because I think I was talking to him about how many hams are on the island, and I think I've worked most. I say the island, it's a bunch, isn't it? There's about 6-7 islands, and I think I've worked most of them there that do voice, and it's just one of those weird ones. I mean, the Canaries are actually further away than the Azores, aren't they? The Azores are about 1,500 miles. The Canaries are about 2,000 miles. But I think probably there's a lot more hams on the Canaries. I think I've worked most of the islands. In fact, normally when I'm CQing, there's a ham down there, Echo Alpha 8, something like Charlie Whiskey Alpha, Alexis. He always calls me and always says hello. And my logbook's getting quite long with just his call sign alone. But yeah, the Azores, I suppose it's the amount of people on there that makes it a bit of a pile-up place. I don't know. But it was nice to get him on 17, and he said next time we'll try 20 and we'll try 40 metres. 40 metres, I think we got to get the right time of day. 20 metres won't be an issue at all. 20 metres are just, I do it, and like I say, I've logged him on 20. But yeah, 40 metres. Of course, the icing on the cake for me would to be 80 metres or top band, but I can't see that happening anytime soon with the long wire antenna that I've got. But never say never. The furthest I've worked 40 metres, I have worked East Coast USA, I've worked Brazil, and I've worked Kuwait. Possibly I've gone further into Russia than Kuwait, I'm not sure, but generally because of the antenna, I say it's a random 90-foot wire, and it's only 20-25 feet off the ground at its highest point. You know, it's not a brilliant DX antenna down there, and you know me, I'm a very lazy antenna man, so I'm not likely to be doing anything about it soon. Having said that, I've got loads of traps in the garage, and I was going to make a trapped dipole for 1020 1020. I think I've got traps for 15 and 40 metres, so I could put up a trapped dipole instead of the long wire, but as I say, I'm just too bloody lazy, Trevor. And the other thing is I have got a trapped vertical. It's a Diamond GP6. Now, I've had it in the garage probably 4 or 5 years, since I was a 2E0. And I bought it. It was new in the box, but second hand. Never been assembled, and I've put that in the garage, and people keep saying to me, you should get it up, you know, work some DX on the lower bands. Well, what I'm planning to do is wait until cycle 25 dips low enough that 10 metres and 12 metres becomes quite unreliable, so it's almost, apart from sporadic E, it'd be pointless me having a single band antenna up, and I'll probably take that down and put the trapped vertical up. But once again, it comes to laziness. You know, over a year ago, I took down my 2 metre beam, my 9-element LFA, to put up a 10 metre band Moxon, and here we are. A year later, the pole's still sitting there with a rotator looking lonely, and I've got all the components for that Moxon. I'm just too damn lazy, fat and ugly. That's what it is, Trevor. M1TAD, M0JCF.
M0JCF, M1TAD returning. Yeah, well understood there, Mark. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got a long wire here, about 95 foot long, going from the base of the 2 metre and 70 sems rotator, going down to the back of the shack, which obviously is probably 30 foot at the height, and as you say, it drops down radically. I've got to be so careful with that guy at the back of my house. Every time I get on the roof to do anything, obviously he's onto the antenna police. But I mean, I'm lucky now because the Masui loop that he complained about before, and I had to get the RSGB guy involved, the one that knows all about, you know, the building control and all that. And I'm now under the 4-year rule. I'm time expired. Now, apparently, now they've now put it up to 10 years, but I'm thinking to myself, as I've already gone past the 4 years, hopefully it means all new businesses are now up to 10 years. They can't go back afterwards. Otherwise, if he finds out, I'll be back in court. But no, as I said, I've got an old G5RV, which obviously I might try and just put up just to give that extra, because as I said, with the loop, it is obviously directional, as I said, I mean, I've had some good contacts on it, although as I said just recently, it's not been that great, so I was kind of hoping. But I've actually got a vertical as well. I've got one of those BVDs 6. It goes from 80 to 10. 80 to 10 or 80 to 6. One of the two. The only trouble is I put it up out the back garden and see how it goes. It's about 26 foot long, and I seem to pick up every bit of noise down the whole street, so on all bands. So I was going to sort of put it together, and not put it together, take it in the van and go out somewhere in the middle of nowhere and just see if it's if it's just the area I live in, or whether I've got a faulty one. Anyway, back to you, M0JCS. This is Mike 1 Tango Alpha Delta.
Yeah, M1TAD M0JCF. Well, you know, verticals are notorious for picking up every piece of electronic device in the universe, so I think you probably haven't got a faulty one. I think you just live in an RF noisy area. It'd be funny actually if you could pinpoint it to your neighbour, wouldn't it? You know, your complaining neighbour, and say that he's transmitting without a licence. He's transmitting broadband noise without a licence, highly illegal, and drop him in it. Now, I know you can't do that, and you wouldn't do that, and if you could do that, it probably would be thrown out of court in 3 seconds, as don't be ridiculous, you silly old man. But yeah, I'm very, very lucky with the neighbours that I've got. You know, I've never had a complaint. I've had, say, the beams up, the verticals. I've got 2 verticals at the moment. Obviously, collinear for 2 metres, 70 sems. Got the 10 metre vertical. And then I've got the long wire running down the garden. It's an inverted U, so it's 90 feet long. But the horizontal part is probably 70 foot, something like that. Maybe a bit less. Maybe nearer 60 feet. And it's just a wire, you know. And luckily, down the end of my garden, there's a tree. Now, we've been in this house 23 years, and there's a tree down there I've been trying to kill off for like 20 odd years by every year trimming it down to all it is a trunk. And you can see where I put a rope around it at the top as an anchor point for an antenna 20 odd years ago, because obviously the tree kept on growing and the rope is now cutting. It looks like you've strangled the tree with this old rope, you know. The rope has become part of the tree. But I screwed into that some batten, some old wooden batten, and so the antenna goes up to the top of the batten. So in the summer, the very top of it goes like a big bush, and then it tries with the best will in the world to keep sprouting branches all up its trunk. And every autumn I just strip everything back. So because that tree's there, it's sort of like a very nice natural antenna post. So you know, with the wire antenna, there's nothing. I mean, I'll get more complaints from my own wife, and rightly so. Antennas are ugly things, very ugly things. Otherwise I'd have a mast down the end of the garden, you know, a pump up mast. But she's quite right. I mean, as she used to call my 9-element antenna, them bloody monkey bars, do you need them up there? And it's, well, yeah, of course I do. I didn't put them up there for exercise, you know. But now they're gone, you know, she's very happy about that. And we got to define happy. We're talking about a lady here, so you know, they got a different version of happy, haven't they? So all joking aside, though, yeah, I'll say when I've got the vertical down and I've replaced it with the tracked vertical, that should be an eye opener for a few people. The Moxon, once again, the Moxon, it's going to be a wire antenna, but it's the supports. You know, I'm going to be making it out of 1-inch plastic pipe or 1/2-inch plastic pipe. So it's still ugly. It's still an eyesore. But we'll see how it goes. If I have to take it down, I'll take it down. You know, it's a hobby at the end of the day. It's not, you know, it's not going to ruin my life. But so long as I can have something up. Well, that's about it really, mate. Yeah, nothing else to report. I'm just thinking about the antenna you said, your multi-band, you know, the one that picks up all the noise. I used to have one. I had the Comet GP2500, and basically I think it was about 23 feet long, but they've got a 9-to-1 or a 49-to-1 unun on the bottom, and effectively they're just a vertical long wire, aren't they, with a transformer on the bottom. And I found it was absolutely piss poor on 10-12 meters, 15 meters downwards. there wasn't a lot in it, so I put the silver rod back up, and I used the silver rod. I mean, I was using it the other day to prove a point. I used it on 40 meters. Of course, your antenna tuner will take up the slack and present 50 ohms to your radio, but radiation wise, it's an absolutely terrible antenna on 40 meters. But it was just like to show, that you can use these antennas if you're compromised by the neighbours. Anyway, that was a long old ramble. M1TAD, M0JCF.
M0JCF, M1TAD returning. Yeah, I understood there, mate. Yeah, as I said, it's time, and I'm gradually getting the shack back inside, back to as it was prior to the new arrival at the house, the baby, and still doing my granddad duties as well as helping look after it while they're both doing their thing. But she's a lovely little thing anyway. As I say, she's coming up to 8 weeks old now, but no, she's very good. But anyway, as I said, I come down here to get out of the way. And as I said, you wouldn't believe that something so small can make so much noise. It's unbelievable. Anyway, Mark, I'm going to go and get myself a cup of coffee. I've got a few other things to do. Obviously, I've got to sort out. We're going to the club tonight. I look forward to seeing you, as soon as you can, mate. You come back when you're ready. All right, mate, well, I'll let you get on. M0JCF, this is M1TAD going QRT. Back to you, Mark.
Yeah, cheers, mate. No, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it's nothing nefarious. I say I've got other things to do, so I haven't been down the club the last couple of meetings. And between me, you, and the gatepost, I think that the subject matter of the talks hasn't really floated me boat. So it's been a case of I've said to my wife, do you know what? I've got something else to do. It's not something that overly interested in. So that's why I haven't gone. I think next year I've got to work out what I want to do for next year for a talk or two, because somebody somewhere is bound to ask me subject matter. Of course, the last ones I've done have all been construction ones involving oscillators, amplifiers, filters, etc. And I do want to do one on the combining all of those on the top band transmitter, the Poppet. I know Dav has updated the design and everything, and he's turned it into a single board. In fact, it's a multi-layer board PCB. I think top band is quite a niche area nowadays, especially top band AM. So I don't know how much interest he'll get in it in the club, but I'm going to build one old school, but I want to build it modular in tobacco tins. Me and me tobacco tins, to say, look, here's the amplifiers you've been building, here's the oscillator you've been building, here's the low pass filters you've been building, here's the modulator using the LM386 that you've all been building, blah 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 blah. Look, put it all together, you've got an AM transmitter. That was the whole idea of it. So I'll probably go down that route for one of them. Of course, the other thing I did was slow scan TV, didn't I, for the poor man? And I did touch upon narrowband TV, the old Baird televisor, the mechanical TV. I might do a chat on that, build a few televisors, and show a few moving TV pictures using the flying spot technique, using an old 12-inch record as the Nipcal disc, that sort of thing, just to show that you can build a television from junk. I don't know yet. I need to think about it, because obviously once I've committed myself to giving a chat like that, I've got to get off my fat backside and actually produce, to have that chat. So I'll have a think about that. I'll probably drop into the club before Christmas. But I know you've got things coming up like the Christmas dinner and stuff like that. And as you know, I don't do dinners and barbecues and stuff like that. I've got a different circle of friends that I do all of that with. Just looking at the band scope as well, just so that I could see two massive over the horizon radars. There's one below us, there's one above us. The one above us has been there for quite some time. It's above 28.6, I think, but this latest one is in the 28.300s right up into 28.4. something. It's really, really wide. So obviously somebody in the Mediterranean or the Ukraine or something's probably flying big drones around or something, and they're trying to find out who's flying what, where, and what it's up to. But all good fun. I mean, it just spoils the hobby sometimes, that's all. Other than that, I couldn't care less. All right, mate, take care. Go and do what you got to do. Have your coffee. Tend to the little one. And speak to you soon. M1TAD, M0JCF. Cheers, mate.
7-3, Mark. Good luck, mate.
QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, southeast of England. Nothing is heard. CQ, CQ10, 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 Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, CQ10. CQ, Charlie, Foxtrot, CQ10, CQ10. Okay, the station calling me, please try once more. There are several stations very, very quiet to me. Please try again, sir. Yeah, Yankee Oscar 2, Bravo, Italy, Charlie. Very good morning to you, sir. Good afternoon, your side. My name is Mark. That's Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. And I'm in the southeast of England, about 20 kilometres southeast from the city of London. And I'll give you your report on the next over. There is QSB and your signal is up and down. But I'll give you a report on the next over. Back to you, Yankee Oscar 2, Bravo India Charlie, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot.
Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Yankee Oscar 2, Bravo Italy Charlie. Good afternoon to you, dear friend, Mark, and very glad to meet you. My name is CQ, Sierra India, Golf India, Santiago, Italia, Guatemala, Italia. CQ is my name, and my location is situated in Hunedoara, situated in Transylvania, Central Romania, and the report is 591 dB over. Very nice signal in Romania, very strong and very nice modulation. Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Fox, Yankee Oscar 2, Bravo Italy Charlie, over.
Yeah, Yankee Oscar 2, Bravo India Charlie, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, returning. Siggy, nice to meet you today and thank you for the fantastic signal report. Siggy, you are just 5 and 5 peak to me at this moment, 5 and 5 peak with a little bit of QSB in both directions, but no problem. I can hear you absolutely perfectly. There is some splatter from nearby, but no problem. He's not interfering with your signal. Siggy, today I'm using an ICOM IC-7300. I'm using just 100 watts from the radio, and the antenna is a 5/8 wave of vertical, so it's an old CB radio antenna that I've made shorter for 10 meters. So that's the story, Siggy. Back to you, YO2 BIC M0JCF. And you've gone, mate. You've gone. Lost you in the QSB, I can hear you. Yeah, YO2 BICM0 JCF. Yeah, Siggy, you've dropped down now to just 2 and 1. QSB dropped your signal, so I wish you and your family 73. I say good luck. Thank you again for this QSO. You take care and bye bye for now. YO2 BICM0 JCF 73, Siggy. CQ10, 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 CQ10. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, calling on 10. Yeah, United Alpha 3, India Golf Papa. You are very weak to me at this time, sir. Very weak. But I did hear you. I did hear your call sign. But my name is Mark. That's Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. And I'll give you your report in the next over. I'm just in the southeast of England, but I'll give you a report on the next over. United Alpha 3, India Golf Papa. This is Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Fox.
Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Fox, United America for Italy Golf Papa. Good day, Mark. Your report 556. 556 report for you. My name is Gena, I spell Germany Echo November Alpha. Again for you, Golf Echo November Alpha. Gena, my name. Mike thanks to you, Mark. Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Florida, United America Free, Italy, Guatemala Papa. Over.
Yeah, Gina, nice to meet you. And I think this may be another contact. I think we have worked before. I've just checked my logbook. We worked in the year 2022 and again in 2024. So thank you for calling me again. Very nice to hear your voice and to hear you're still on the radio. Today your signal 5 and 3 peak, 5 and 3 peak with a little bit of QSB downwards, Gainer. It's very difficult sometimes to hear you, but today I'm using IC-7300. I'm using a 5/8 wave vertical antenna and 100 watts. That's the story, sir. Back to you.
Okay, Mark, no problem. My name is 100 watt output here. 1700. And my antenna multi-band inverter B. Multi-band inverter B, 20 meters off the ground. WXC today very fine. It's temperature minus 2 degrees. Minus 2 degrees the temperature. Out the ground, no out the ground. Thanks to you, Mark. Over.
Yeah, no problem. Fantastic. Well, your inverted V antenna is definitely working today. It's just signals a little bit quiet from the east now. But we got you in the logbook, and I see we worked 10 meters before, and we've worked 12 meters before. So nice to hear you in 2025 on 10 meters. Fantastic weather you're having there, if very cold. Well, today we have blue skies, but it's also very cold here. We have Russian weather here. We have Russian weather. We're -3 this morning, -3 degrees. It's probably now about 0, maybe 2 or 3 degrees. Now the sun is up, but it will get cold again. That's the story, old friend. Well, thank you again for this contact. Great to speak to you. Please look forward to working you again, maybe on a different band, and we can have another conversation. But until then, can I wish you and your family very best 73. Good luck. I say spasiba and das bedanya. Baka baka.
Okay, Mark. Yes, minus 3 degrees for me. It's very good weather. Very good weather. -3 degrees. There is snow on the ground. Okay, Mark. Thank you very much for nice contact. Good luck to you and your family. Many thanks and 573. До свидания, Mark. Bye-bye.
Das bedanya. Goodbye. Take care. Good luck. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, southeast of England. Okay, the radio November 3, you were very quiet to me and somebody whistled on top of you, but the radio November 3, I will try to give you a report today. Please go ahead again, sir. This is Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot.
Radio November 3, Quebec. Alpha X-ray, Queen Alpha X-ray, 511.
Okay, Radio November 3, Queen Alpha. I'm missing your last letter, just the last letter, old man. If you could give me the last letter. You are 5 and 2. 5 and 2 on my 5/8 wave vertical antenna. But my name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. And I'm in the southeast of England, about 20 kilometres southeast from the city of London. So give me the last letter of your call sign, sir. Back to you.
Radio November 3, Quebec, America, X-ray. Quebec, America, X-ray, X-ray, последнее. My name is Slava, Sierra, Lima, Alpha, Victory, Alpha, Q10 Mike.
Yeah, gotcha now. Radio November 3, Queen Alpha X-ray. Absolutely fantastic to get you in the logbook today. You are very quiet. You are just 5 and 3. You are 5 and 3, but I can hear just about every word that you say. Yeah, I'm using a 5/8 wave vertical antenna. I'm using just 100 watts from the radio. My radio is the very common IC-7300. So that's the story there, Vashilev. Back to you.
Okay, Mike. Transfer, yes, 950. Антенна, ground plane, vertical ground plane. Transfer 950, yes. 100 watt, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. You're using a ground plane antenna, you're using 100 watts, and you're using the FT 950, a very fine radio, very good radio. Okay, what is my report today? What is my report? Back to you. Okay, fantastic. Thank you for the 5 and 9. You are 5 and 2, a genuine 5 and 2, but I can hear you. Okay, old friend. Well, thank you for contacting me today. I look forward to working you again, maybe a different band. But until then, can I wish you and your family 73? I say spasiba, do svidaniya. Good luck. 73, good luck. QRZ. This is Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot in the southeast of England.
Mike 0, Charlie, sorry. Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Sierra Victor 3, Juliet Bravo Mike, over.
Yes, Sierra Victor 3, Juliet November Mike. Very good afternoon to you, and thank you for calling me. My name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, and I'm just 20 kilometres southeast from our capital city of London. So microphone back to you, then I'll give you your report, sir. Sierra Victor 3, Juliet November Mike. This is Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot.
QSL, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. This is the station, Sierra Victor 3, Juliet Bravo Mike. Good afternoon also to you, my friend. The report for you is 5 by 9. My name is George, and my QTH is Kalamata, a city 200 kilometers southwest Athens. Over.
Yeah, no problem, George, and thank you for the correction on your call sign. Sierra Victor 6, Juliet November Mike, and thank you for this contact today. 5 and 5 is your report. 5 and 5 is your report. My radio, IC-7300, my antenna, excuse me, my antenna 5/8 wave vertical, and the power 100 watts. George, back to you.
QSL CQ10, please my friend correct my call sign. Sierra Victor 3, Juliet Bravo Mike. I repeat my call sign. Sierra Victor 3, Juliet Bravo Mike. Over.
I've got you completely now, George. Sierra Victor 3, Juliet Bravo Mike. And my mistake and my very poor handwriting, George. My handwriting is very bad in my paper logbook. And I see we worked before though, George. We have worked before on 12 meters back in the year 2023. So thank you for a new band. Thank you for coming back to me on 10 meters. But 5 and 5 is your report, George, and I've now got your call sign correct. I will log you in QRZ. Back to you.
Roger, my friend. Many thanks to you for the show. I wish you all the best, and I will meet again on the band. Thank you very much. 73. Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Sierra Victor 3, Juliet Bravo Mike. Over.
Yeah, thank you, George, and thank you for this fantastic contact today and a new band. So now we have 10 meters and 12 meters. I wish you and your family good luck, George. I wish your family best wishes, and I say 73, good luck, goodbye for now, take care, old friend, bye-bye. SV3, JBM, M0, JCF. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, southeast of England.
Italy Tango 9, Japan X-ray radio.
Yeah, Italy Tango 9, Japan X-ray radio. Absolutely no problem hearing you this morning, sir, and this afternoon from your side. My name is Mark, that's Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, and I'm just 20 kilometres southeast from the centre of London, so just in the county of Kent. I'll give you a report, proper report on the next over. Italy Tango 9, Juliet X-ray Romeo, this is Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot.
Roger, Mark, 73, very nice to meet you. My name is Victor India Tango Oscar, calling from south of Italy, Sicily. Your report is 5757 real, over.
Thank you for the 5 and 7. You're about 5 and 6 to me today, Vito. About 5 and 6. There's no problem hearing you. The modulation is very good. The audio is very good. Today, Vito, I'm using a 5/8 wave, a vertical antenna. I'm using just 100 watts from the radio, no amplifier, and the radio is the IC-7300 by ICOM. So nice to hear you from Sicily today. Whiskey X-ray here. It's a cold day. We have earlier it was minus 3 degrees Celsius. It's now just above the 0 degrees Celsius, so about 2 or 3 degrees above 0, and blue skies, so no clouds, no rain, not English weather. Very cold but no rain. Back to you.
Roger, Mike, all copy. Sicily temperature is little hotter. We are now at about 20 degrees with a cloudy sky, no wind, and very nice temperature.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. That is summer in England, Vito. That is a summer's day in England. I wish it was 20 degrees here, my friend. It's now absolutely freezing outside. But, you know, it's good because it isn't raining, and it's always raining in England. Well, okay, my friend, I'd say I wish you and your family very well. I'm going to make a few more calls and then maybe go QRT and do something in our blue sky garden, and before it rains. So going to wish you and the family good wishes. I say addio amico mio, and grazie mille, and arrivederci, ciao 73, Vito, good luck.
Roger, Mark 73, all the best. Very nice to see you for the first time. Hoping to see you again. The best wishes to you and your family. 73 and ciao ciao.
73 Vito, good luck and bye-bye for now. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Fox, southeast of England. And nothing is heard. CQDX10. This is Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, CQDX and CQ anywhere on 10 metres. CQ10,
United Sierra 5 Alpha Tango.
United Sierra 5 Alpha Tango. Very good morning to you, sir. Thank you for calling me today. My name is Mark. That's Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, and I am 20 kilometres southeast from the city of London. So I believe we have Vlad over in the Ukraine. Go ahead, Vlad, and I'll give you a report next over.
Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, United Sierra 5 Alpha Tango. Good morning, Mark. Thank you for back to my call. You report 5 and 9, 5 by 9. My name is Vlad. My transceiver icon 746 plus amplifier 400 watt and then sorry, at the moment antenna Delta loop, one element. My back to you, Mark.
Yeah, fantastic, Vlad, and thank you for the 5 and 9. You're 5 and 5 to me on my vertical antenna. I'm using a 5/8 wave vertical. Your Delta loop working very well, and the radio IC-7300 with 100 watts. So yeah, just 5 and 5 on my receive, but my receive is not as good as other people. My receiver always a little bit quiet on that antenna, but you know, we have the contact. Absolutely fantastic. Whiskey X-ray, if you'd like Whiskey X-ray here, Vlad. We have blue skies, but very cold today. We have just over 0 degrees, about 2 or 3 degrees Celsius today, but blue skies, no rain, which is good for England. Back to you there, Vlad. US5 ATM0 JCF.
Very fine copy, Mark. Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Fox, US 580. And WX today at Mike UTH at this moment, no fine. I think about 1 degrees minus. And no, thank you, Mark. Please information, my report signal. At moment antenna Delta loop.
Okay, yeah, the Delta loop. Right, at the moment, 5 and 9. New report for you, Vlad. 5 and 9. Go ahead.
Mark, my antennas at the moment dipole. Back to you, Mark.
Okay, dipole 5 and 5. Delta loop 5 and 9. Dipole 5-5. Back to you.
Roger, thank you.
No, you're very welcome, Vlad. Well, I hope that you and your family are safe and well. I wish you very best, 73. Thank you for the antenna test. Great to hear the difference. But the Delta loop working much better for you today to the United Kingdom. Wish you and your family 73, Vlad. Take care, good luck. And until the next time, I say goodbye for now. Over to you for a final. United Sierra 5 Alpha Tango, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot.
Roger, Mark, thank you for nice QSO and 73, all the best and good DX for you. And hold me again, Mike 0, Charlie, Juliet Charlie Fox, US 580. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, old friend. Bye-bye. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot in the southeast of England. Nothing heard. CQ10, CQ0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, CQ10.
United, Tokyo 5, Hotel X-ray, it's a 5 Honolulu X-ray.
United Tokyo 5, Honolulu X-Ray. Very good morning to you, sir. Thank you for coming back to me. My name is Mark. That's Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. And I'm 20 kilometres southeast from the city of London. So over to you, United Tokyo 5, Hotel X-Ray. This is Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot.
Okay, Mark. Mike 0, Golf Charlie Foxtrot, CQ5 Hotel X-Ray. Mark, you signal 59 KSB. My name is Victor, do you copy?
Yeah, Victor, I copy you. Thank you for the 5 and 9. You are weak to me today, Victor. You are weak to me. You are just 5 and 1, but I hear you very well, Victor. Tell me, Victor, what is the closest city to you? What is the near city to you, Victor? Back to you.
Okay, Mark, okay. My situation is Mirgorod, Mike, Italy,
Okay, absolutely fantastic, Victor. Thank you for that. Just for my paper logbook, no problem whatsoever. I'm using a vertical antenna today, Victor, just a 5/8 wave vertical. And it's not receiving you that well today. I'm using 100 watts transmit, and I'm using IC-7300 by Icom, Victor. Back to you. No, lost you. Okay, UT5HX M0JCF. Victor, pardon me. Victor, it looks like I've lost you with the QSB. Your signal dropped. You're just 1 and 1. If you can hear me, Victor, I wish you and your family very good wishes. Good luck. Take care. And I'll say 73, bye-bye. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot on 10. Okay, I've got Victoria Union 3 ending Quebec. You were very quiet to me, but I will try to get you in my logbook from India. No problem whatsoever. Please give me your call sign again. I'll try to give you a report. But my name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, and I'm in the southeast of England, about 20 kilometres southeast from the city of London. Over to you, sir. Yeah, United Radio 3, Quebec Victor. I have you correct now, sir. Apologies. I thought you was a station from India, Victor Uniform 3. But no problem. We have you in the logbook now. 5 and 2 in the clear. 5 and 2 in the clear. Yeah, the name is Mark. I'm 20 kilometres southeast from the city of London, and today using just a vertical antenna. It's a 5/8 wave vertical. It's a little bit quiet to hear people today, but I do have you in the logbook. Back to you. Yeah, Victor, no problem. I could hear you, and thank you for your information. You are a little bit quiet, as I say, 5 and 2, but with QSB, you're dropping down to about a 4 and 1. Sometimes no signal on the meter at all. But we have you in the logbook, Victor. I won't hold it with you because you are very quiet to me. I think you gave me a 5 and 5, so absolutely fine with that. I say, wish you and your family good luck. Take care. care, be safe, and I look forward to working you again in the near future when conditions are better between us. So 73, good luck, and over to you for a final, Victor. United Romeo 3, Quebec Victor. This is Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. Yeah, Victor, the vertical is working. I can hear you in England, just not strong today. Maybe another day. Good luck and bye-bye, old friend. QRZ. This is Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot in the southeast of England. Nothing is heard, CQ10. Okay, QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, southeast of England. Yeah, Charlie Echo 4, Delta Golf Kilo. Thank you for calling me, sir. I was just about to go QRT, so very lucky that I heard you. But Charlie Echo 4, Delta Golf Kilo. This is Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. I'll give you your report on the next over. But over to you, Fernando, in Chile. Back to you, sir. Yeah, Fernando, I copy you. 4 and 1. Thank you for the 5 and 3, Fernando. I copy you. 4 and 1. My antenna, 5/8 wave of vertical. My radio, IC-7300 by ICOM, and my power, just 100 watts, Fernando. Just 100 watts. That's the story. You are 4 and 1 to me. Thank you for the 5 and 3. Back to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mark. Mike 0, Charlie Echo 4, Delta Golf Kilo.
Yeah, Charlie Echo 4, Delta Golf Kilo, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot returning. The Delta quad, the cubicle quad is working well today. It's working very well with your 100 watts, Fernando. But yeah, just a little bit weak today for a long QSO. I wish you and your family best 73, good 73. And I say bye-bye for now. Good luck and gracias, mi amigo. Bye-bye, old friend. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. Okay, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot is now QRT. This frequency is clear for use. This frequency clear for use.
Yankee Oscar.
Okay, maybe not clear for use. Yankee Oscar station, please go ahead.
Yankee Oscar number 3, Foxtrot, Quebec Alpha.
Yeah, Yankee Oscar 3, Foxtrot, Quebec Alpha. Very good morning. Good afternoon to you, sir. My name is Mark. Mike Alpha, Romeo Kilo. And I'll give you your report on the next over. I'm just in the southeast of England. Back to you, Yankee Oscar 3, Foxtrot, Queen Alpha, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot.
Mexico 0, Juliet Juliet Charlie, Florida. This is Yankee Oscar 3, Fox Queen Alpha. Returning for you, Mark. Thank you very much for coming back to my call. My name is Mexico Alpha Radio. Mexico Alpha Radio, my radio name. And I am located in the Bucharest, the capital city for Romania. Using the report 59, 5 and 9. Microphone back to you, Mark. Over.
Yeah, Yankee Oscar 3, Foxtrot Queen Alpha, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie, Foxtrot returning. Well, Mar, very nice to hear you today from Bucharest. You are peaking 5 and 7 with QSB down to 5 and 3. So big QSB on the signal. I'm using just a vertical antenna, 5/8 wave vertical. I'm using just 100 watts from the radio. That radio is the IC-7300. And I was about to go QRT, so it was very good that you called me very quickly, Mar. Back to you.
Okay, Mark, understand. I using also 100W, but from EIS radio, Fox Tango 415, and my antenna is a delta loop antenna with vertical polarization, only 100W, Kirsten.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Well, your Delta Loop vertical working very well today, Mar. And yeah, the Fox Tango 450 is a very fine radio. It's a very popular radio in the United Kingdom too. So you have a very good radio. Well, I'll give you Whiskey X-Ray here in the southeast of England today, Mar. It's very cold today for England. We have about just above 0 degrees. It was minus 3 degrees this morning when I took the dog for a walk, but we had blue skies, no clouds, no rain. Always good to have no rain in the winter because it becomes very, very messy. But that's the story, Mar. Back to you.
Okay, Mark, understand. In Bucharest is a beautiful day for this November. For this November, we have about 10 degrees centigrade or 12, I don't know, I'm not sure. But no sunny, no winter, no wind, no snow. About 10 or 12 degrees centigrade plus only. Beautiful day for
Okay, Yankee Oscar 3, Foxtrot Queen Alpha. Mar, you've given me the weather and then your signal dropped. Big QSB down to 0. So hopefully I'm not talking over the top of you. But Mar, I just checked QRZ and I see we worked in the year 2023 on 12 meters. So I'm very, very pleased to have you now on 10 meters. And I wish you and your family best 73. I say good luck and good weather that you're having there, more like a British summer day in Bucharest. It's freezing here, but wish you good luck, good DX, and look forward to working you again very soon, I'm sure, Mar. You take care and bye-bye. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, about to go QRT, but if anyone would like a report, I can stay on. QRZ. Nothing is heard. Again, this frequency is clear for use. Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, about to go QRT, and this frequency will be clear for use.